Hello, people. This is your host in those Kranti once again, back after a very, very long time of break because I had a horrible, terrible cough. I might cough through this. What if? If I do this, please excuse that because I am still recovering because I have like a bad lung disease. Don't worry, it's not COVID or anything. It's like I have like bad lungs like from like when I was like born. So basically, if I get a cough, it doesn't go away for like 4 or 5 weeks, or it could be even like 7 or 8 weeks too. So it's a bad cough, like really bad cough. Okay, so but I'm getting better in the process of it. That's why like I haven't continued doing what ifs, but I have done some music. Plus I also got a new like job, like delivering food to everywhere. So yeah, so I'm a delivery guy now. So this is gonna be What If Deku Had Sharingan Part 1. So in this universe, what we're gonna do is basically this universe is basically gonna be like the Naruto universe, but like really in the future. So chakra, it's gonna develop into becoming like various quirks. So like human beings, like in Naruto universe, almost everybody has chakra. Like almost everybody has chakra. Like it's a so chakra, it's gonna like, so the next step of evolution for chakra is quirk, like superhuman power, like superpowers. So but our boy Deku, he's gonna be born with chakra. Yeah, and he's gonna have like the ocular jutsu of the Sharingan. So he's gonna have the chakra. And by the way, in this timeline, Deku is gonna be called Izuku Midoriya. He's not gonna be called Izuku Uchiha, because I mean, come on, man, that's gonna be weird. There is no Uchiha clan. I mean, there was only Sasuke and Sarada. Yeah, if somebody married Sarada, Uchiha name is literally gone, unless like Sasuke is like providing like his seed to a lot of people. Yeah, basically it's gonna be like he's gonna be called Izuku Midoriya, not Izuku Uchiha. So but like when he was born, the doctor's gonna like analyze him. Hey, he doesn't show any sign of quirk. So when it was like age of, like when Izuku and Bakugo was like age of 4, so the incident happens where Bakugo falls and Izuku is like giving him his hand, like let me help you, Kachan. And Bakugo is like, he's challenging me, this useless, worthless, corkless Deku is challenging me. I'm gonna beat the shit out of him. Sorry, I had to do it because Bakugo is tsundere douchebag. Yeah, like really think about it. Bakugo is a tsundere. Bakugo is a tsundere. Oh yeah, Bakugo is a tsundere. Yeah, that's gonna be a difficult, like that's gonna be a very difficult image to erase from my brain. So basically Deku is gonna be like so Deku is gonna be like what are you do saying, Kachan? You're my friend. I just wanted to help you. And Bakugo is like, Deku, F you. And this whole incident happens like it's the start of where Bakugo is trying to bully Deku. Reason why I'm saying trying to bully Deku, because Deku is gonna start using chakra. So one time Bakugo is like, you worthless Deku, and he's gonna like trying to punch him. And because of that, the traumatic experience, like, because it's a very sad thing for Deku, and Sharingan is unlocked by traumatic event, like by traumatic event in one's life. So what happened was like Deku is like, I consider him my brother, my part, like my family, and he's trying to like hurt me and he's trying to beat me. It's like so Deku is like really really saddened by the fact that his brother Bakugo is trying to hurt him. So what happens is Deku unlocks one Tomoe Sharingan, and he can proceed like as if like the whole like Bakugo's punch is coming slow motion, and in slow motion, and Deku is like dodging it. Like Bakugo is like giving him like several punches and kicks, and he also is trying to give a tiny explosion, because mind you, they're like 6 or 7 by this time, and like so Deku like literally uses like some kind of like since Deku is courtless, Deku learns about like a lot of martial arts because he wants like, okay, even so if I'm courtless, I'm gonna learn about hand-to-hand fighting and weapons training. So yeah, he's gonna start doing that from when he was like 4, after the day after Bakugo was like, huh, you worthless Deku. The day after Bakugo gave him that name, like Deku is gonna start like doing like martial art training, how to use weapons and how like like close quarter combat and other stuff. So Deku knows his shit, so he's already like master of like several martial art by the age of 7. So he's gonna like Deku, what he's gonna do, he's gonna dodge and he's gonna literally judo throw Bakugo on the floor. And as he's like judo throwing Bakugo on the floor, Deku literally looks at Bakugo's face, and Bakugo could see the eye that Deku has, like the red eye with like the black dot, and Bakugo is like scared, like what are you? What are you, Deku? What your eyes? And Deku sees the eyes in a mirror, and Deku is like, I finally unlocked my quirk. Yes! And Bakugo is like, well, it's a useless quirk anyway. It just makes your eye color different. But deep down, Deku is happy. So Deku's father, he's like a collector of like very very old scrolls and very very old like historical artifacts. Okay, so basically Deku one day he's gonna try to be like, okay, I wanna try activating my quirk. So he's like but he can't activate it. Then Deku was thinking like in his like home, in his study hall, like Deku's father has like a collection of like bunch of like artifacts there in one room. So Deku was like, I can't do it. So Deku was doing like, okay, let me rethink what happened. I felt immense sadness and betrayal. So he's trying to think about that, and then he activates the Sharingan. And when he activates the Sharingan, he could see a tablet which was like completely like unintelligible. People thought it was some kind of fossil. He could see writing, but he could understand the writing and he could read it. Yes, it was a Uchiha tablet. Basically in this tablet he was like, okay, this, if you can read this tablet, that means you're a member of the illustrious Uchiha clan and you have unlocked your Sharingan. And Deku's like, Sharingan? What is that? And Deku realized that's his eyes, and Deku's like, whoa. So then after that he begins to read the tablet even more, and the tablet says, when you concentrate your chakra points in your eye socket, you'll activate your Sharingan. Uchihas are really really strong in fire style jutsus, and because of their Sharingan they are really really proficient in putting people in genjutsu and seeing people's chakra path. Basically it's an instruction manual for Sharingan. And he was like, whoa, this I have this kind of power and I have something called chakra inside of me. He was like, whoa, this quirk just got better. like all I thought was like I could perceive things really, really quickly, but I have a lot of power. And Deku is like happy, and Deku is like trying to practice those abilities by himself, but he's also keep doing his like martial art training. So he begins to read like all the other scrolls and tablets in his father's collection, and he's also trying to collect bunch of tablets. So Deku, on his free time, he visits like museums, auction halls, dark underground like auction halls where there's like historical tablet or fossil or historical scroll. So which is like around his area and like around where he lives. So he is getting some knowledge about how to use like ninjutsu, chakra, and like genjutsu and taijutsu. So our boy Deku, like before he's gonna graduate graduate junior high school, like middle school, he's gonna be doing like fire style jutsu. Okay, fire style phoenix flame jutsu, and he's gonna be doing like Sasuke's lion barrage. And also he's gonna be able to put people in genjutsu, like, and he's gonna unlock like he already has fire style, so he's gonna also unlock like lightning style, lightning style. Let's skip okay, I'm gonna invent a jutsu: lightning strike, thunder lightning spear. Yes, yeah, thunder, lightning strike, lightning spear. Basically he creates like a huge javelin of lightning and throws it like super fast. It's like super duper fast. So, and he's gonna be like that, and Bakugo is gonna be like, Bakugo is gonna try to bully Deku, but Deku ain't taking any shit of this. Deku is gonna like beat the shit out of Bakugo pretty much every time, and because of that, Bakugo is gonna be like, okay, Deku is strong. Like if it's close to close, hand-to-hand combat, close quarter combat, I'm not winning, so I have to attack him from mid-range. That's the only way I can win against him. And little did you know, Bakugo, he can beat the shit out of you in mid-quarters combat. Okay, so basically after all that, like the teacher comes, is like, so people, what do you want to become in the future? I know what you guys gonna become. You guys want to become heroes. And he throws the paper, and it's like, oh, it seems two of our student is gonna apply for UA High. It's let me see who are those two people. Oh, it's Kasuki Bakugo and Izuku Midoriya. And everybody's like, whoa, we should apply for UA High too. And Bakugo is like, you worthless loser, you guys can't do anything. I have the power to do that. No one but me can become pro from this dumb school. And Bakugo is like walking, or like looking at Deku, and Deku is like looking at Bakugo, and he's like activating his Sharingan, and he's saying like, Amaterasu. No, it's not gonna like give him Amaterasu. Okay. No, that's gonna be funny. But if I wish he did, because Bakugo is like a douchebag. But basically, like Deku, it's foreshadowing what will happen if he unlocks his Mangekyo. Okay, foreshadowing, wink, wink. Yeah. So basically, Deku is gonna be like, no man, Deku is gonna like activate his Sharingan, and look at Bakugo like really, really like, and it's gonna frighten Bakugo because Deku's Sharingan is already 3 Tomoe because of training and some traumatic events, because when he was like 12 his father died, then when he was like 14 his mother like committed suicide. Yeah, we're gonna do that because no, that's too dark. But yeah, she's gonna commit suicide. So it's traumatic event after traumatic event, like because of stress. So Deku is essentially living alone by himself, but he's like also like providing for himself, and his relatives are also providing for him. So Deku is like activated his 3 Tomoe Sharingan and looked at Bakugo, and he just put Bakugo in a Genjutsu, and Bakugo is seeing that he failed to qualify for UAI exam again and again and again, and Bakugo, like, it happens for only for like 2 seconds, and Bakugo after 2 seconds he's like sweating and he's like crying, and everybody's like, yo Bakugo, you're crying because you're gonna miss us? And Bakugo is like, what, shut up you rejects. And Deku is like smiling and it's like, oh Bakugo, you do care, don't you? And Bakugo is like looking at Deku, I know it's your doing, worthless Deku. Yeah, I don't know how you did it, but you did it for sure. And after that, Deku is like, no bro, you do care for us, don't you? And Deku is like, Deku gives him like a fist bump on his chest, and not his chest, like on his on his shoulder. And after that, Deku is like, come to his ear, and he says, cross path with me again and you'll be dead. And then Deku leaves like from the premise, and after he leaves from the premise, Bakugo just realizes that he was still sitting in his seat, because it's a bloody Genjutsu, like it's a Genjutsu within a Genjutsu, and Bakugo is like, the shit, what happened? And Deku is already gone to like, Deku is already going from already gone from the school, and he's gonna take like the shortcut route under the bridge to reaching home. And the same thing happened like the original timeline, and the slime villain just comes, and the slime villain is like, hey kid, give me your body. And he's being like a completely pedophile, and Deku is like, oh, look at me. The slime villain is like trying to look at Deku. Deku activated his Sharingan, trying to put the slime villain, like the sludge villain, into a Genjutsu, but the sludge villain doesn't have eyes, so he can't like really put him in a Genjutsu. But then Deku is like, okay, so you're a sludge. So the sludge villain is like trying to attack Deku from every direction. Deku dodges them like really, really good. And from that, there is like a pouch behind, him, like under his like school bag. And from that, he just like gets his shuriken, gets like 2 or 3 shurikens, and just he throws 2 shurikens, and he performs a hand sign, and he's like, secret technique, shuriken shadow clone jutsu, like multi shuriken shadow clone jutsu. So there's like the 2 shuriken becomes like 2000 shuriken. It's like a barrage of shuriken, and the sludge villain is like, what just happened? And he's like bombarded by like shuriken. And after that, what that happened after that, Deku is like doing some hand signs too, like, and again, and he does them like really, really good, like really, really fast, like Kakashi level fast. After that, like, he's like, fire style, Phoenix Flame Jutsu, and he just like bombards the sludge villain with like fire, and he's like evaporating the sludge villain in like few minutes, and almost the sludge villain is like, okay kid, I give up. And Deku is like, okay, ready to surrender? He's like, yeah. So All Might comes like, I am here, and where is the sludge villain, kid? And Deku says, it's here. So he point out to like 2 bottle of Coke, like big Coke, and the sludge villain is like within that. And like, All Might ask him like, whoa kid, what happened there? Like, who did this? Deku said, well, I did it. All Might is like, whoa kid, you're strong. How are you, like, damn, kid, you're really, really strong. Like, hey, like, what's your name, kid? Izuku Midoriya. But you can call me Uchiha. That's my hero name. Hero name? Like, yeah, I'm gonna be entering for UA High. Well, good luck, kid. I'm gonna be teaching there. So, I hope I will see you there. And Deku's like, okay, All Might, that's gonna be cool. You're gonna be a teacher. So, Deku and All Might met. And Deku clapped the shit out of the sludge villain. Basically, like, he got rid of him pretty quickly. And All Might is like, kid, what's your name? And Deku is like, it's Uchiha. And All Might is like having a perplexed look on his eyes and is like, Uchiha? What kind of name is that, kid? Well, that's gonna be my hero name. And All Might is like, oh, cool. So, which school are you joining? Deku is like, UA High. And All Might says, well, kid, I'm gonna be seeing you there. Bye. And he goes off to that. And Deku did not know that, yeah, All Might is gonna teach in that school to this year. So, this is what Deku is gonna do. He's gonna like go and have the training like the original timeline, and he's gonna go to his home and train a lot, and like he's gonna do the Dagoba Beach training, and he's gonna like develop several jutsu. Like he's gonna develop like Phoenix Fire Flame Jutsu, and he's gonna also like develop lightning release, not like Chidori or Kirin yet, but he's gonna develop like some like jutsu, and he also has like 3 Tomoe Sharingan unlocked already. So yeah, this Deku, it's strong, and he's gonna like learn about like more about like those tablets and more like about those scrolls that which only he can read when he activates his Sharingan. Yeah, he's gonna like I'm gonna give like Sasuke doesn't use Shadow Clone, but I'm gonna give him like Shadow Clone. I'm gonna give Deku Shadow Clone. So yeah, Deku is gonna work on his like Shadow Clone, and he's also gonna work on his like Sasuke's like Lion Barrage. So Deku is gonna be equivalent like as strong as equivalent of a Sasuke who had like the 3 years training from Orochimaru. Yeah. Deku still hasn't learned how to summon animals yet, but he's gonna learn about that very soon. But he's gonna have like huge like pretty powerful fire style jutsus developed within this training, and he's gonna also do like lightning release. So he's gonna have like a jutsu where he like shoots lightning, like lightning style thunder strike, and he's gonna like shoot like lightning like bullets, like lightning bullets, lightning style thunder bullets. So basically he's gonna do like lightning bullet shot. Like it's kind of like how like what's his power? Yeah, Kaminari uses his power, but in like Kaminari uses his like upgraded power. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. He's gonna use like lightning style, and he also develops like the lightning cloak style. Yeah, he's gonna surround his body with lightning cloak, and he's gonna be like, when he does that, like lightning style, lightning armor, he like for a few seconds, like for 5 or 6 seconds, he becomes like super OP powerful, like so powerful that he just like becomes like lightning. He becomes the living lightning. So yeah, this is what his power is essentially, and he also has Shadow Clone. Yeah, why not? Why the hell not? He's gonna have Shadow Clone too. Yeah. So Deku is gonna go and he's gonna like create like he's gonna go to the like the entrance exam. So in the entrance exam, like Deku doesn't fall because he's not like nervous, because like Izuku Midoriya is not nervous at all. On the contrary, he's gonna like do his like he's gonna be calm and composed and relaxed, like super relaxed. And after that, he's gonna go inside and he's gonna talk to Uraka, and then he's gonna be like, hey, calm down, chill, everything's gonna be fine. And Ida comes like, why are you doing this to this young lady? I see what you're doing this, you're just that. And Deku says, look buddy, I just told her to calm down because she looks frustrated, just F off. And Ida is like, oh sorry, my bad, oh sorry. And after that, Deku just goes to he finishes the writings, the written part of the exam. I'm not even gonna cover that because it's boring. So it's the practical portion of the exam. So President Mike says, so are you guys ready? Yes, let's go. Yeah. By the way, I can sing. You can listen to that in my channel if you want to. And after that, like Deku, everybody just like takes off, and Deku just uses like shadow clone jutsu, and he creates like 15 shadow clone. Yeah, 15. Like he uses the shadow clone sign and like Kageban Shin Jutsu Tish, and he creates like 15 shadow clone, and they uses like first they uses like taijutsu, like lion barrage, to break like the robots in like matter of like seconds. He literally destroys like 30 robots in a matter of like 30 seconds with 15 clones. And like along with him there is like total 15 Deku, so it's basically 14 clones that he made. Because 14, it's like if he has 14 clones, he can like do well, because if he does more than that, his chakra control isn't that regulated. So yeah, Deku also learned how to like do tree walking and like walking on like water. He also learned that. He also practiced that in the beach. So he's like walking on the metal, walking on the like metal part. He's walking like on the like broken debris and then jumping off, and using like smaller fire jutsu, like fire style, flamethrower, fire style, phoenix flame jutsu, fire style jutsu, and he's like using like a bunch of fire style. So suddenly the 0 point robot comes, and everybody's like running away from it in the opposite direction. And Deku is like, why is everybody running away? And he activates his Sharingan. Till this point, he did not activate his Sharingan yet. You have to know that. Okay, so he activated his Sharingan, and he can see that there's like a giant robot, and he can also see Uraka stuck in the rubble, and he's like, okay, God, I have to save her. And then he activates a Sharingan, and he deactivates all the shadow clone. Then he uses he uses like several signs, like Kakashi style, super duper fast, and he's like, lightning blade. I know, it's not Chidori, it's lightning blade. So basically he creates like a lightning sword. It's like a lightsaber, but instead of lightsaber, it's a lightning blade. And he uses lightning style thunder armor, and he uses like a not thunder armor, thunder cloak, and he uses like a pseudo version of the like the Raikage Ace Jutsu, where he's like covered in lightning cloak, and he's like super duper fast. It's not that potent like him yet, but it's like that. The concept is like that. So he's like super duper fast, and he has a lightning katana, like not a lightning katana, but it has like a lightning sword. It's like a lightning lightsaber. Oh yeah, that's epic. And he just cuts the shit out of the robot. It's just like cutting the leg, like he's just doing it matter of like 2 seconds. It's like zing, 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 and he just like takes off the sword, like the robot is behind him, and he just does like the anime sword style, and he puts the lightning away, like the sword away, and the lightning cloak and the lightning sword disappears, and the robot just explodes, just like there's like massive explosions, like humongous explosions, and the robot is literally scrap. It's not even scrap, it's like gone. Like all you can find is straps, like straps of debris on the downs. There is no robot. Everybody's jaw just drops. They're like, what the hell? Nani? What just happened? And All Might is like, whoa, this kid is even stronger than before he was, and he's like so versatile. He has so many quirks. Everybody's like, whoa, what the hell, man? Who is this kid? Nani? And Uraraka is like, thank you for saving me. And Deku is like, don't worry, don't mention it. And he's like, oh, you're hurt. Let me clean that up. Let me treat it. And he uses healing jutsu. Yes, that's right. Our boy Deku knows about healing jutsu too. Yep. We're gonna give him that too. He knows about healing jutsu, and he heals Uraraka's wounds, and little bit. He's not that proficient in it, but he knows about that. And Recovery Girl sees this, and Recovery Girl is like, "Whoa, kid, that's good, really, really good." So the entrance exam finishes, and everybody goes to their separate places, and Deku goes to his home, and everybody goes to their home. Deku gets the letter and is like, you are selected to the illustrious UA High, and welcome to your hero academia, my boy. And All Might gives him the message, and right after you hear this message is gonna self-destruct, so throw this away. Yes. And he throws away he literally throws away the disc, and he's like, okay, let's go to UA High. And he gets the number 1 position. Obviously, I mean, my boy knows about lightning cloak, and my boy knows about lightning sword. Yeah, he's gonna develop Chidori very soon. And then the lightning sword is gonna become obsolete jutsu, because why? And in the meanwhile, Deku is learning about Kenjutsu, so he's a very, very good sword fighter. So he's gonna have a metal hilt. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give him lightsaber made of electricity. That's cool. If you don't think that's cool, you guys are lame. Okay, that's pretty fucking cool. I mean, it's copyright infringement, but still, it's a lightning lightsaber. Doesn't get any cooler than that, does it? Oh, lightning lightsaber. Why didn't Oda think about, or not Oda, why didn't Kishimoto think about that? I did not understand. A single character in Naruto should have had lightning lightsaber. Sorry, I'm gonna stop ranting. I'm gonna continue with the story. After that, Deku is gonna still it's so very difficult not to say Sasuke, because every time I say it in my mind it's like Sasuke. It's not Sasuke, it's Deku. So after that, Deku is gonna literally what he's gonna do is he's gonna get into home, and he already got on the home. He already got the message. And after that, Deku is gonna go to UA High, and he can see Bakugo and Ida arguing, and he just comes home. He just comes there, and everybody's like, hey, is that the boy? Is that lightning sword boy? Is that lightning power boy? And Kirishima comes and is like, hey man, you and I have the same power. We are the Thunder Bros. We're the Lightning Brothers. And Deku is like, yeah, that's cool. That's cool. And Ida comes up to him and apologizes, and is like, oh, I'm sorry, you are a wonderful person. You saw the hidden message behind the exam. You are so heroic. It's so amazing. And Deku says, what's hidden message? It's what am I supposed, what's his hidden message? Ida says, you acted like a hero. then Deku says, well, we are heroes. We are trying to become heroes. And doesn't matter if I'm a hero or not, I will always help a person who needs help. And Ida just is like, oh, that's so heroic. You are a true hero. And Kirishima is like crying and is like, oh, that's manly, bro. That's so manly. Yeah, that's manly. And Bakugo is like, hey, you Deku. What position did you got in the entrance exam? I got the first position. I'm assuming you got the second. Nah, yeah. You worthless Deku. I'm not getting beaten by you again. I'm gonna become the number one. I'm gonna become the best. I'm gonna become better than you. And Deku is like, okay, Kachan, let's do our best together. And Bakugo is like, he's become like a pseudo tsundere. Bakugo is like a tsundere. Every time I think about that sentence, it makes me laugh. Bakugo the tsundere. Like, imagine if Bakugo was a female tsundere and acted like his regular self. That needs to happen. That definitely needs to happen. Oh, I'm gonna make a what if like that. That needs to happen. What do you say, guys? That needs to happen? Because I think that definitely needs to happen. So after that, as I was like, hey, all of you are all of you are shouting again and again. Just shut the F up, okay? We're gonna come meet me in the grounds. And we're gonna have a cork assessment test. And Uraka says, cork assessment? But we're all ready. What about the orientation? Orientation, you say? If you don't listen to my orders, and if I think you're not worthy, I'm gonna fail you. No, I'm not gonna fail you. I'm gonna make sure that you don't study in UA High anymore. Yeah, because you don't deserve to be in my class if you don't meet my standards. So now get to your ground. Now get to your sports ground now immediately. And everybody is grabbing their gear and everybody's going to the sports ground. And as I was like, so we are gonna begin with the ball throw, okay? And he throws the ball to Deku and he's like, oh kid, since you got the number one score, the first score, and you even broke All Might's previous records, and you have the highest score in the entrance exam from all the classes, from all the entrance exam, you're gonna throw the ball. And everyone's like, he got the highest score and he beat All Might's score? Damn! And Deku's like, so what am I supposed to do, teacher? Well, throw it using your cork, I don't care. If you don't do it, I'm gonna expel you. Deku is like, okay, so I can use any of my cork? Yeah. Deku uses bunch of hand signs and he uses lightning. He uses lightning javelin. Yeah, he has a cork. He has a jutsu called lightning javelin. So he uses that jutsu and it's just he throws the ball with his left hand and he uses lightning javelin, and the javelin literally pierces through the ball and it just goes to several kilometers, several miles for you American people. It goes to 10 kilometers or 9 point something miles, and everybody's like, what the hell? And Uraka got the infinity and everybody's like, whoa, her cork is the perfect one for this job. And there's the race time and Ida is like, okay, no one's beating me. And Deku uses okay, lightning body, and he uses the lightning cloak jutsu, and he just within 1 second he's he just disappears, and he's Oh, and Ida is like, huh? Nani? It took me he's still running. He's still running, and everybody's still running. But Deku is like that on the grip strength. Deku doesn't do that well. On the grip strength, the sugar daddy, the Sado. I don't know. Imagine if Sado, the guy who like eats sugar and gets like power from it, but loses his shit. If his hero name was like Sugar Daddy instead of Sugar Rush. Oh yeah, that would be funny. Like, so I'm gonna call him Sugar Daddy. It's funny. So after that, in the grip strength, the Sugar Daddy wins it because he's like all powerful. He's all sugared up. Like, if you think about it, his quirk is basically like taking steroid. And like, you take steroid and you become really, really powerful. But instead of taking steroid, he takes sugar, which is kind of like steroid to him. So it's like he becomes juiced up Sugar Daddy. Oh yeah, he become juiced. He become like juiced up sugar guy. Yeah, sugar. Yeah, and he just like wrecks the shit out of everything. And he literally like wins the grip strength. Like, I mean, come on, he has super strength almost. Like, he's jacked with sugar because he's the Sugar Daddy. So after that, like, overall, on average, Deku got the first place. And Aizawa is like, Minata, you are worthless. I mean, from the side to side jump, Minata does pretty quick too. So yeah, he's gonna expel the invisible girl, because I mean, what's her quirk? She's invisible. That's it. Like, that's it. I mean, maybe for reconnaissance she's good, but other than that, she's pretty shit. But you're expelled. And Aiza is like, no, just work on it so that you don't have to do that. You're expelled. But he talks to her and he says that, oh kid, you're gonna have to come and you're gonna learn hand-to-hand combat with me. Because with your quirk, and if you are a good hand-to-hand combat user and good weapons user, you're gonna become invincible. I mean, come on, if you think about it, if she knows how to knock out people with just her bare hand, like with some kind of like pressure point jutsu thingy, or like just like regular, like putting people on sleeper hold, some like submission hold, or like literally like striking people in like because if you know how to strike people in proper ways, you can like knock them with like punch in the temple, kick in several places. I don't know, I'm not in martial art guy. I mean, if she is a really, really, really great hand-to-hand combat user, she's a threat. The invisible girl she's a big threat, because you never know when and where are you getting hit from her. And if she is skilled, you're getting hit from her, and you're getting knocked up on your ass, pretty much. Like, if she knows about hand-to-hand combat, if she's a really, really good hand-to-hand combatant, you're definitely getting knocked out by her. I mean, come on, you can't see her blow because she's invisible. It's like a martial artist who is the most unpredictable martial artist is an invisible martial artist. Isn't that right? Yeah, unless she's fighting a blind person, then she doesn't have that advantage at all. Yeah, so basically Deku becomes number one in the Cork Apprehension Test 2. We finished the Cork Apprehension Test, and like Deku is like overall winner, but there are other people who wants some kind of like some other test. So we're gonna do to the USJ arc today, okay, in the part 3. So like the original timeline, everybody from class 1A goes to the USJ and the villain comes and a bunch of portals opens and the villain attacks and everybody gets teleported, and Deku, he just activates his Sharingan and and the shing, so yeah, it's like Sharingan, and he can see there's like villains like constantly attacking like several students, and he can see like everybody's like chakra flow. I mean, in this universe, chakra is the like Cork is the evolution of chakra, so pretty much like many years of evolution, everybody has their individual Keke Genkai. Yeah, it's just like if you think it like this, it kind of makes sense, I think. So Deku sees that like there's like everybody's like fighting pretty much like everybody, and he's like, okay, I gotta have to like go and save. And he's in like in the water area, and there is like also Atsui, and there is also Minata, and he's like, okay, gotta have to save Aizawa Sensei because he is he's getting beaten out by Shigaraki and Nomu, and the Hero 13 is taken out by Kurogiri, and so he's like, okay, gotta have to go there somehow. So what he does, he tells Asui, jump and take Minata and take me and jump. And Asui is like, okay, why Deku? And he's like, just jump on the boat. And she like takes them both and they jump, and Deku creates a lightning jutsu. Yep, he has a lightning release also. So yeah, he's gonna make like bunch of shadow clones, not shadow clones, sorry. He's gonna make like bunch of like hand signs, and he's gonna be like, okay, lightning style, thunder, javelin, and he's gonna like jump and shove it literally on the water, and everybody is getting electrocuted. And he says like when he's doing that, Atsui and Minata is like literally on the sky, because like Atsui took like a humongous leap because Deku told her that, look, when I'm releasing my thunder style or my lightning style javelin, you like right before the impact, you grab onto Minata and take the highest possible jump that you can possibly do, because I don't want you to get hit by electricity. It's okay, since it's my own jutsu, I won't get even if I get like electrocuted through the water and through the metal, I wouldn't feel any pain, or I wouldn't feel any suffering. So it's better if you jump really high. So they made like a plan like this, and she executed that. And after they fall, everybody in the villain, like every water villain was on the water, they're like pretty much knocked out. Well, a few one or two villain probably might have remained, and Deku says, Asui, you and Minata can take care of them, yeah? And Atsui is like, yeah, I can take care of them. And Deku jumps and he proceeds to water walk. Yes, Deku already learned how to water walk. He knows how to control his chakra on his feet. So Atsui is like, whoa, damn, he can walk on water? And he just like blitzes, he just runs, and he's like, okay, you gotta have to go and save Aizawa Sensei and Hero 13 and 13 Sensei, and they're just going, and he's just running. And Deku, he's like really good at taijutsu, because I mean, come on, why wouldn't you be? You have Sharingan, you would be really OP in taijutsu. Everybody would be OP if they have taijutsu, if they have Sharingan. Everybody would be like super OP. Like imagine if Rock Lee had Sharingan, or even had Byakugan, and the level of taijutsu that he has. Yeah, he's not like his speed plus Sharingan means he's not getting hit, and you are getting hit by him a lot. And if you get hit by him a lot, bro, you're not gonna get hit up. Okay, it makes sense. Okay, so imagine that. Okay, so he's getting Sharingan and he has like Rock Lee level, like Chunin exam, Rock Lee level Taijutsu. That's pretty OP, I think. So he like pretty much like whether like every time he encounters a villain in the like on the way to going to Aizawa Sensei, he's like literally like knocking them out like with several like few moves, dodging and weaving and striking them in their like weak point. It's kind of like how Madara like pretty much like carve stopped it, the allied force, like the allied shinobi force when he like got first introduced, like that taijutsu battle, that what Madara did. It's not a taijutsu battle, it's a taijutsu rape that he did on the allied shinobi force. It's kind of like that, but not up to that mark yet, because I mean, come on, we don't want to make him Madara levels stupid OP yet. Okay, we might do that in future. So he's gonna like go and he's gonna like curb stomp pretty much everybody, and he reaches there and he sees like Aizawa Sensei badly hurt and kind of like saying like, I'm hurt. Yeah, okay, Aizawa would never do that, but he's kind of like really hurt, and Deku is like, okay, Sensei, you're tapping out, I'm going in and I'm gonna take care of this. And Aizawa is like, no, Midoriya, go and hide and help the other students, I can take care of this. And Deku says, no, Sensei, if you kill the head of the snake, the body dies. Let me kill the head of the snake. So he's going and he does like a fighting pose, and he tells Shigaraki, oi, hands, you fight with me now. And Shigaraki is like, what, kid? What are you saying? You dare ask me for a fight with you? You are worthless. And he just like calls like bunch of like small villains, and like the villains try to attack Deku, and Deku creates like a fire style. He creates like bunch of like shadow clones. He creates like 4 shadow clones, and he creates like a new jutsu, which is, I don't think anybody did that, but I'm gonna make it up. Fire style, flaming vortex tornado. And basically it's like 4 shadow clone like shoots like phoenix flower jutsu, or like regular phoenix flowers jutsu, and literally creates like a fire tornado from like, because it's like a boxed in position, and all the villains that were like coming to him, they're severely burned and they're knocked out. And Shigaraki, after seeing this, oh kid, let's have some fun. And Shigaraki says, I'm gonna touch you now. Okay, that sounds creepy, like pedophilic, but he just like, it's a massive fight. It's like, imagine Shigaraki trying to touch Deku, and Deku is like dodging and weaving because Aizawa told him, Midoriya, do not let him touch you. If we let him touch you, he's gonna like decay you. His palm, avoid his palms at all. And Deku is like, okay, I can do that. I don't need to touch his palm, but I can like kick him. I can punch him on his gut or on his head. I can knock him out. And it's like an awesome taijutsu battle. Shigaraki is trying to touch him, and he's like dodging and weaving and using like bunch of jutsu. And while doing that, like Shigaraki literally touches him, and Deku's body is slowly crumbling, and Deku and that body poops, and boohoo, it's a shadow clone. Deku has, or like Shigaraki has been fighting a shadow clone for like last 10 minutes, and he's like, what, Nani, what happened? Did I just kill him that instantaneously? But this is not how it's supposed to be meant. And Deku, like from further distance, says, oi, hands, Now the real fight begins, and Shigaraki looks like into the left, and he says like the real Deku, real Deku, along with other 3 shadow clone. Yes, we're gonna do that. Okay, makes like a bunch of signs, and there's like a humongous like lightning like sign. Yeah, like it used like lightning energy there, and he creates a new jutsu. Yeah, I'm gonna make that. Chidori! Lightning style. Chidori! Net! Basically, it's like bunch of like, not Chidori net, that's lame. Oh no, yep. Lightning style. Chidori! Trident! And basically, 3 people, like, from 3 direction. Like, it's a pincer attack, because the shadow clone disappeared from 3 different directions, from the left, from the further right to that left. 3 Dekus come. One is the real one, other 2 is shadow clone. They come, and they're coming like super fast to give like a lightning like Chidori strike to Shigaraki, and Shigaraki is confused who is the real Deku. So he tries to touch the 2 Deku, and both of them being like the shadow clone, and they poofed, and the real Deku just comes from down, because he knows Earth style too. He's gonna like Earth style headhunter jutsu, and he uses like a Chidori uppercut on Shigaraki's jaw, permanently disfiguring his like right side of his face. Yeah, Shigaraki in this timeline has a humongous big visible scar from Deku's Chidori uppercut from the ground. We're gonna do that because it's I mean, come on, if you've seen Naruto, you know shit like this happens. It's gonna like literally give him the like from the Earth style, because he was hiding in that. Those 3 or also shadow clones. Yeah, so basically he made like 7 shadow clones. So he made that, and Shigaraki is like massively hurt. And after that, Deku smiles. It's like I knew that you can only decay from 2 sides. If I keep busy with both of your hand, busy, I can attack you from a side that you would never expect, which is from the ground. And Shigaraki is like, you kid, now you made me mad. Now I'm gonna kill you. Kurogiri, bring out the Nomus. And he summoned the Nomu, and not Nomus. He's gonna summon 1 Nomu, because I mean, come on, it's gonna be Shippuden era Naruto fight. We're not gonna go to like it's not gonna be like original Naruto fight where it's like fight choreography is like way complex, because Shippuden era fights, they're like, okay, who has biggest chakra, who has the biggest chakra battery wins the battle. I mean, it's fun, it looks flashy, but that's not that fun. I like the original timeline Naruto's battles because they are complex. The fight choreography is amazing. Okay, so Deku, he brings out the Nomu, the original Nomu, but the Nomu is like more buffed up, and like Sasuke uses like, okay, we're gonna do this, and he uses like bunch of Chidoris, like the 3 pincer attack, Chidori attack again, but it doesn't do that much because it heals. Sasuke's like, okay, so you are gonna be difficult to take on, okay? So what he does, he uses like activates his Sharingan, and he sees, like he is like literally like watching the chakra flow, and he sees that the weakness of the Nomu is on his head. So he's like, okay, I can do this. So he activates a bunch of other like hand signs, and he uses like fire style, phoenix flame jutsu. No, not phoenix flame. Fire style, phoenix flame jutsu, upward. Basically, he uses like bunch of like flame jutsu, and he's like throwing bunch of like 8 or 12. He uses like 12 individual fireballs, which lands on the ground, hits on the Nomu, and after hitting the Nomu, it's just the Nomu is like doesn't nothing happen, and the flame explodes on impact, and then the Nomu is like not like the Nomu is healing. It's like exploded, but it's still healing. But the flames are going like upward. It's not like the flames are still remaining, and it's going upward and upward. And yeah, the since the roof, and I'm gonna make in this timeline the USJ's roof is an open roof, so it creates like, okay, we can do this, but it's nothing happening. So he opens a scroll from his backpack, and he summons a katana. Yeah, and he uses, okay, we're gonna do this, and he creates lightning style, lightning blade. He literally coats the katana in lightning, and it looks like a blue lightsaber, and he's just like lightning style, lightning cloak. And in the last episode I said that he can hold the lightning cloak style for like 5 or 10 seconds. I'm gonna make that into 30 seconds because the Nomu is super fast too. I mean, All Might, he was fast enough to keep up with All Might. So yeah, so he's gonna like literally cut the Nomu into shreds with his lightning blade. And he's like, as he's cutting, he's dodging, and he's like activating Sharingan and everything. While doing that, he sees that like he remembers all of his like trauma, that he's an orphan and everything, and he activates his like Mangekyo Sharingan. Yeah, he activates the Mangekyo Sharingan because he sees Aizawa dies in front of him because of blood loss. Yes, in this timeline, I'm gonna get Aizawa Sensei killed because of the attack. I know it doesn't happen, but this line will happen. When he realizes this Aizawa Sensei doesn't have any chakra flow, he activates his Mangekyo Sharingan, and as he's like activating that, he literally is cutting the Nomu into like several pieces, and the Nomu is like trying to regenerate, and he activates his Mangekyo Sharingan, and he looks at the Nomu and he says this word, Amaterasu, and the Nomu is like covered in black flames, and the Nomu is just dying, and Shigaraki and Kuruge is like baffled. And after doing that, all the heroes come, and Deku is unconscious, and he's bleeding from both of his eyes because he overused them. And all the heroes come, and they're like shooting, like the hero snipe is shooting Shigaraki's hand because he was just about to like kill, like decay Deku, but they were like going away. And Deku is still unconscious, but he can still see that the villains are trying to get away, and he creates like another small jutsu, lightning style, lightning bullet, and he literally shoots like a thunder bullet or like lightning bullet. It's like kind of like shooting lightning from your fingertips, but it's kind of looks like a bunch of like kunais. Yes, he shoots a lightning kunai super fast, and like shoots Shigaraki in the back, and Shigaraki is paralyzed, and he doesn't get and the Kurugiri like takes him on, and Shigaraki is like badly hurt by Deku. Like Deku was aiming to kill him from like his back, but Deku's energy wasn't that like up to that level, because his chakra, he depleted all of his chakra, plus he activated like Mangekyo Sharingan and everything. And he's like super emotional and he's super tired. He can't like finish the job, but he got pretty close and he almost killed Shigaraki. And after that, everybody realized that Aizawa Sensei died, and Deku is unconscious. His eyes are bloody, like he's bleeding from his eyes, and like there are other casualties too. Like a lot of like students are super duper hurt. So UA is on complete like lockdown, and the media is scrutinizing UA and Nezu says in the press conference, not a single of our students got killed, but in the midst of attack, one of our colleague, Shoto Aizawa, the eraser head, died. He gave his life to protect all of his students. Yeah, right. It was Deku. It wasn't him. But to protect his life like a hero would do. Villains, no matter how strong they get or how powerful they get, the heroes will always prevail. The hero society will always prevail, because we will give our life to protect everyone and every citizen. So this is for Aizawa, the hero, Eraserhead, and everybody bows down. And it's kind of like how the scene was kind of like how everybody felt like when the third Hokage died. Everybody from class 1A is really, really sad by the fact that Aizawa Sensei, their homeroom teacher, died trying to protect them. But well, they did not know it was Deku. Pretty much, he was like out of count from the midway in the fight. But Deku blames himself for that the most. He says like, if only I was quicker, if only I acted better, if only I didn't play with the opponent, and if only I had killed them instantaneously, I could have prevented Aizawa Sensei's death. And Ida says, no, Midoriya, you are the one who rushed in there and you tried to protect him. Never do that. And Deku blames himself, and he's gonna blame himself for a very long time, and he's gonna internally he's gonna blame himself a lot. And other bunch of the girls Momo cries, Uraka cries, Jiro, she's pretty cool, she doesn't cry, but the invisible girl cries invisible tears. And Deku is like, I have to get stronger, and I'm gonna kill you, Shigaraki. I'm gonna kill you, Tomura Shigaraki. And while doing that, when we're gonna go to the villain's perspective, and All For One sees that Tomura Shigaraki is super duper hurt, but he calls Dr. Ochako and says, when my apprentice wakes up, I think you should prepare for the operation, cause he has the bloodlust to become my vessel. And after that, we cut back to the hero side, and Deku is training, and he remembers the fight when he wakes, and he remembers that he has new set of power, and he looks and he activates the Mangekyo Sharingan. And when he activated the Mangekyo Sharingan, there was one Uchiha tablet that he didn't he couldn't read previously with his 3 Tomoe Sharingan, but now he can read, and he can read that This is Mangekyo Sharingan, the ultimate evolution to Uchiha's power. And this jutsu, this Keke Genkai, this set of eyes, this set of Mangekyo Sharingan eyes is the pinnacle of Uchiha's power. It gives you a lot of like ability, like Susanoo, Genjutsu ability, like Koromatsuhigi, and other like abilities. Also, certain Mangekyo Sharingan has certain abilities. One has Amaterasu, the black eternal flame. Some has Kamui, which is another dimension. Some has like, I don't know what Shishui's has. Kurohitsumagi, like a unescapable genjutsu. And there's other genjutsu like Izanami and Izanagi. So everybody, and Deku reads it, and Deku is like, he reads the last line, but continuous uses of Mangekyo Sharingan will render an Uchiha permanently blind unless he puts another set of Mangekyo Sharingan on his eyes, and that his eyes become the eternal Mangekyo Sharingan. Deku can't find that because nobody beside him has Mangekyo Sharingan in this world. So he's gonna be like, no matter what happens, I'm gonna kill every single villain who attacked in the USJ arc, because they took Aizawa Sensei from us. It doesn't matter even if we go become blind. So Deku is gonna become kind of like a vigilante. Not vigilante, but he will have a mindset of a vigilante, and he's gonna kill from this day forward. So Deku unlocked his Sharingan, his Mangekyo Sharingan, and since in this timeline there is no one who actually has another pair of Mangekyo Sharingan, so he can't have eternal Mangekyo Sharingan, but he made a vow that he's gonna kill every single villains who like associated with the attack on the USJ arc, because we lost Aizawa Sensei, so he's gonna kill everybody. So yeah, in this timeline, Aizawa Sensei is dead. Okay, yeah, that's big. That's like really big. So how in the original like Naruto anime, Sasuke turned into like his emo dark self when he went to like Orochimaru. He like became like a killer. Yeah, Deku is gonna become like that. This is what he's gonna do. He's gonna like, he literally activated Mangekyo Sharingan, and he's gonna like read a bunch of other tablets, like old Uchiha tablets, and he just like finds out that like the more you use the Mangekyo Sharingan, it leads to more permanent blindness. But he has like several abilities. Yeah, the abilities that I'm gonna give him, definitely gonna give him Amaterasu. I mean, come on, that's pretty OP. He's gonna have Susanoo, obviously, and he's gonna he's gonna have like the perfect Susanoo. Yeah, and he's gonna have Amaterasu, and he's gonna we're gonna give him that, and he's also gonna have like Itachi's crow, like genjutsu. And why not? He's gonna have like a Itachi's crow genjutsu. So the last USJ arc, Aizawa Sensei died. Several of his like classmates are like severely beaten, and some are comatose. But he got a hold of Shigaraki. Deku is unconscious, and everybody is like mourning for Aizawa Sensei, and school is shut down. So Deku is like, okay, I made a vow that I'm gonna kill every single person who is responsible for Aizawa Sensei's death. So he's gonna like commit to it, and he's gonna like investigate, and he's gonna like literally Kamui. Yeah, he has Kamui. He's gonna kamui himself to and also he's gonna kamui himself to the cell where Shigaraki is, and he interrogates, "Look at me, you filthy villain," because Shigaraki got captured. And he just puts him into this very dangerous genjutsu where he's tortured constantly. And as he's trying to do that, he's also trying to use the Yamanaka clan's secret jutsu where they can read mind. He has that jutsu, and he reads the location of all for one, and also other Dr. Ochako and everything, the bar where the villains hide out. Basically he got location of everything, and he's gonna kamui himself there. And before he goes there, feel my pain. We're going dark here. Okay, this what if just turned completely dark, and he's gonna set Shigaraki in. Feel the pain of thousand sun, Amaterasu. And literally Shigaraki is dying because he's submerged in Amaterasu, and Deku is not even Deku is straight up murdered that guy, and Shigaraki is literally dead. Shigaraki is dead. I mean, Amaterasu ain't kidding. Shigaraki is dead. So he goes to the bar, but ironically in this timeline we're gonna make a change. In this timeline, Stain joins the League of Villains. Stain Shigaraki all for one gets hold of Stain, because after Shigaraki got captured, all for one is oh no, I need a successor. So he teleports to Stain, and he literally tells Stain, "I like your ideals. How do you want to become strongest so that you can kill every other hero beside All Might?" Stain is yeah, sure. And he gives Stain unlimited regeneration. Come on. Stain with the power that Stain has and the technique that Stain has, given regeneration. Stain is a pretty OP character who has super stamina and regeneration. That's unlimited stamina and super regeneration. Stain is OP as balls here. So he goes there and he finds that Stain is there, and Stain looks at him and is you fake hero. You want to kill, you just killed Shigaraki. Deku says, "How do you guys know that?" "Well, we have eyes and ears everywhere. Even your so-called lawmakers and justice keepers and the police and the heroes. All of them are under our pockets. That's why every hero beside All Might should die. Because they are not the hero. They're not protecting humans. They're just trying to play hero. They are great pretenders, and I'm gonna be killing all the pretenders. Because I have to get rid of the society of all the pretenders for the true heroes to shine in this world." And Deku looks at him, and Deku tells him, "And you have a very messed up way of thinking. Even if they're pretending, even if they're not genuine, even if they're doing it for money or fame or fortune, doesn't matter as long as the job is done and as long as the general public is protected. My teacher Aizawa Sensei gave his life in order to protect every single student. Not a single student died that day. But if he retreated, many of us might have died and he might have stayed alive, but he died trying to save us. And everybody who killed him are gonna die, because that is the vow that I made. That is the vow of Uchiha. and Deku like activates his 3 Tomoe Sharingan and looks at Stain, and looks at like Stain is like in a freaking like genjutsu, and he's like Stain is like the genjutsu. Stain is like literally, yeah, let's see how you fight. And they fight, and Stain like stabs Deku and paralyzes him, and Stain tells, yeah, you're dead, boy. And Stain decapitates Deku, but turns out it's a bloody genjutsu. Come on, Sharingan, genjutsu. And Stain is like constantly killing Deku over and over, like over 10,000 times. Deku already like binded him in a like a ceiling symbol. There's like a ceiling symbol. Stain can't move, and Stain feels like, why there is blood? Is it his blood? Is it my blood? Stain just like touches his bag, and he sees that his hand is covered in blood. Then we cut back to reality, where it's shown that Deku literally takes Stain's own katana and literally like cuts him like in the back, like literally like slashes him in his back, and Stain is like, it's his done for. He's like he's gonna die of blood loss. And Deku tells him, like when he like deactivates the genjutsu, Deku tells him, my quarrel is not with you, but your ideals are bad for the society, and all villains who harms others must die. Be gone, hero killer. Amaterasu. And Stain dies. Yeah. Stain dies, and after like seeing all of that, All for One like claps like oh, you, the successor of All for One, All Might's successor, Izuku Midoriya, the boy who All Might gave all of his hope. And now look at you. You became a killer. No different from me. And Deku says, yes, I have become a killer, but I have become a killer of righteous reason. I do not kill humans, I kill beasts. And after saying that, Deku just throws like a demon wind shuriken at him. All for One like deflects it using like some kind of like force field cork. Yeah, some kind of like force field cork, like a pressure point, like a pressure pump force field cork. And the demon wind shuriken like literally like ricochets and it goes up. Turns out the demon wind shuriken, it's a shadow clone, and it uses a transformation jutsu. It transforms back into Deku, and he like uses a bunch of like hand signs, and it's like fire style, phoenix flame jutsu, massive flame, and it's literally like it's like as hot as Endeavor's prominence burn. It's like that, like burning, and it's literally burning the warehouse and everything area. And after seeing the flame and the smoke, the news helicopters come, and they see that Deku is like fighting All for One. And the news like reporters say a high school boy seems to be fighting the hero, the villain All for One, and he's holding himself pretty good. He's fighting him 1-to-1, and Deku literally uses like pretty much all of the jutsus that he knows on his arsenal, because Deku already has like all 5 nature jutsus. Yeah, he already has 5 nature. So like All for One uses his like air pressure like from his like big fist. Deku uses like Earth style Grand Canyon mud wall, and literally he summons like a humongous mountain, and he blocks the like jutsu. And All for One is like, you have multiple quirks too. I don't remember seeing all the past user using this quirks. And Deku jumps and after that he like unleashes his like 2 shurikens, and then he gives us like a sign and like for multiple shadow clone jutsu, and he's like shuriken shadow clone jutsu, and there's like 1,000 barrage of shuriken shadow clones, and All for One is like, bunch of trinkets won't hurt anything, and he uses his big arm to like literally like swipe them away, and turns out after swiping them away there's like bunch of like shurikens which has like paper bombs inside of them, and like they like ignite, and it's like continuous explosion. It's a similar jutsu which the second Hokage uses, but in a little minor stage, like not that huge in matter of volume. So he uses that, and it's like he's like getting bombarded by that, and Deku says, well, I'm not the successor, it's Bakugo, it's just my own power, and I'm the strongest there is. And then Deku activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. All for One, your death is near. And then he activates Susanoo, the perfect Susanoo. All for One like is coming to like attack him, and he uses his like full force to attack him. Can't do anything against the Susanoo. And then Deku says, All for One, prepare to die. Then Deku uses his Amaterasu, Flame Control, Indira's Arrow, Flame Style, and he literally uses his like flame style, Indira's sword, not Indira's arrow, sorry, Indira's sword, and it's like a black flame made out of like a perfect Susanoo with the sword made like a katana, but the katana is literally concentrated black flame, like the Amaterasu flame, and he slices All for One in singular motion, and All for One is like caught on fire by the Amaterasu flame, and he's like constantly burning. And Deku says, then Deku releases like bunch of like other like fire style jutsu, but on the sky is not. And All for One is telling him, because All for One has like a regeneration quote, so it's literally the fire is burning him and he's also regenerating him. It's like constant agony and pain for him, but he's not dead yet. And All for One is like, you probably this burns you probably can't concentrate. Yeah, I can see that your eyes are bleeding. Deku says, All for One, do you know what is my strongest ability? It's probably your fire, isn't it, boy? No, it's my lightning. And then Deku activates, behold the strongest technique in my arsenal, Kirin 1000 Dragon Strike! And literally a dragon made of lightning jutsu comes and come crashing from the cloud, literally comes forth, and he just like flashes, like literally strikes on All for One. All for One is like done, like he's not getting up, he's like burned to cinders, and he's like paralyzed on the spot. And Deku says, final move, Amaterasu, and literally there's like his entire body is burning, and Deku then takes his katana, uses his Chidori lightning blade, and he cuts through all for One's body, and he sees All for One's heart, like exposed heart. Before it's like regenerating, Deku uses Amaterasu on his evil heart, and All for One is slowly dying because his heart is literally burning of Amaterasu flame, and he's dead, he's gone for. So all the villains, they're like, oh, what we're supposed to do? And Dr. Ojoku is like, this is not how it's supposed to end. And Dr. Ojoku comes and he literally summons all the Nomus, all the higher Nomus that he can. It's like, you take out later, you're gonna pay for it, kid! and there's like constant, he's just like, Deku says, well, here we go again. And he activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. And then he uses Eternal Mangekyo Sharingan Jutsu. Meteor Strike! And the giant meteor come crashing from the heavens. I know it's a Rinnegan ability, but hey man, I'm giving it to it because it's my what if and I get to do my own shit, okay? So literally the meteor from like the Naruto verse, yeah, it just comes crushing, and all the higher nomes, they're like frozen, and all the other ones like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? That literally crushes all the nomos in the meteor. And as he was doing that, he activates his like Mangekyo Sharingan to its point that it's like he's becoming like, he's like almost blind in one eye. His right eye is like almost blind. His left eye is pretty good, but not doing that good. So he basically takes care of like Stain, All for One, Shigaraki, Kurogiri, and all the other villains, and all the other high-end nomos and Dr. Uchako in there. After that incident, Gigantomachia, he just stops because like Gigantomachia has a failsafe. Yeah, that's just my story. He is a failsafe. If he's like Master All for One dies, because Gigantomachia is basically All for One's bodyguard. He dies, he's gonna like die. So that's the failsafe that like Dr. Ochako like put in him. So yeah, Gigantomachia just dies because All for One dies. Okay, the confusion. So after that, we're gonna go to the Yakuza Shiozaki arc. Like basically the whole incident of Deku killing All for One and all the villains ruthlessly is televised, and Deku literally goes, and a reporter comes to him like, what's your name? And Deku activates his like, he like turns off his Mangekyo Sharingan and he activates like 3 Tomoe Sharingan, and he says like, my name is Izuku Midoriya. My friends call me Deku, but you can call me the Vigilante Uchiha. Then he activates his Sharingan, like Mangekyo Sharingan, and he communes himself from this and goes to his like room, goes to his like hideout. Deku, our boy Deku has like a secret hideout, and before going there, he said, villains beware. A single step out of line will mean your permanent end. If I can kill All for One, I can kill all of you too. So crime rate drops hugely, but the Yakuzas, they're still like trying to lobby the underground activity a lot. So that's happened. So Deku one time comes to like Night Eye's agency, and he says, you're so Night Eye, aren't you? Deku's like, and Night Eye says, you're the kid that All Might told me about, the one that refused All for One, yeah? Izuku Midoriya, yes? And Deku says, yes, I am that kid. It's a shame, kid. All Might had great faith in you. He thought you would have been an amazing hero, but look at you. You became a vigilante, you became a killer. Killing is never an option for a protector. And Deku says, my job is not to be the symbol of peace. My job is to be the symbol of fear, that no criminals will ever take innocent life again. No criminals will ever kill a hero again. And Night Eye says, your sensei Aizawa, Eraserhead, knew the risk of being a hero. He lost his friend and now he lost his life protecting you guys. You should at least honor his memory and abandon your foolish vigilante way. And Deku says, what is done is done. It can never be undone. But I hear the Yakuzas are up to no good. If you want to share your findings about them, it would be greatly appreciated, since I am investigating them. Deku says, and then Night Eye says, boy, we don't collaborate with vigilantes. We're heroes, keeper of justice. You obstruct justice after all. And Deku says, then don't get in my way, or else you will be killed. And Deku just vanishes, moves himself to another dimension. And sorry about the burp. Need a good lunch, by the way. And after that, Deku moves himself to his secret hideout, and he finds out as he was doing that, he was using some kind of genjutsu, and he let's just say he uses the Yamanaka. He can mind read people minds or thoughts from distant. That's a secret Yamanaka clan technique. Yeah, I know it's not the Sharingan's ability, but we're gonna give him that. Okay. So he reads that, and he gets the location of Shiyasakai, the overhaul, and then he goes there single-handedly. One day before, police and all the heroes are gonna attack, and he goes there and he storms the shit out of here. He literally teleports, Kamu's himself in front of overhaul. And says, "You, great offender, you hurt an innocent child for your own profit. Prepare to die. Prepare to feel death." And everybody who sees Deku's eyes knows that he means business. And Overhaul just becomes his gigantic form when he mixed himself with another powerful villain. And he's even more powerful because he did not got hurt before that. He's completely on full HP. So Deku is that is child's play. I took care of all for one with several blows. You're nothing compared to me. And then he says Kamui, and he literally Kamui is half of the body of Overhaul to another dimension, his lower body, and Overhaul's upper body, and he just literally deconstructs himself to his original body, and he's you what are you, kid? What? You're so dangerous. What are you, kid? You're a monster. You're a devil. And Deku's no. I am the death. I am Uchiha. Then Deku activates his Sharingan, and he uses his hand signs, and he activates Chidori, and he literally puts the Chidori through Overhaul's heart, and Overhaul is dead. So literally every major villain is dead in My Hero Academia in My Hero Academia timetable. So the Metal Liberation Army, we're gonna do that in the bonus part, in part 5, which is gonna be the series finale. But Deku's eyes are deteriorating really, really bad. He's gonna become blind very soon. I know it's a big spoiler, but he's gonna become blind very soon after he fights with the Metal Liberation Army alone in the city of the Metal Liberation Army, the city Z. I don't know what city that is. He will become blind. So Deku got rid of All for One, the League of Villain, and the Yakuza Overhaul. And now he's gonna get rid of the Metal Liberation Army. In the present day of our current what if timelines, every villain and every evildoers are afraid of those eyes. The eyes of the vigilante known as Uchiha, ex-hero student of UA High, becomes vigilante after losing his friends and his sensei. That is the headline of every paper, because he single-handedly took down All for One and the Yakuza members in broad daylight. After that, Deku became kind of famous, well, more like infamous. And every other heroes, even like the top-ranking heroes, they're like, well, we can't have him do that. He's just a kid. How strong he can be. And Night Eye says, well, he took down single-handedly the villain that All Might couldn't do. So that tells you how powerful he is. But he is playing it really, really dangerously close to game. Because last time when I saw him, he wasn't at his best. He barely was at his 100%. It's not looking so good last time when he visited me. Other heroes, even Endeavor, was like, he visits you? And why didn't you call us? And why didn't you tell us that he visits you? And Deck and Endeavor, and after that, Night Eye says, well, Endeavor-san, at the end of the day, he's still a boy. A very powerful boy, but he is still a boy. And it is our job as the elders to guide the boy to the right path. I tried it my way, you can try it your way. But don't mind, I put a tracking chip on him. We can monitor where he is. And right now, we can't track him where he is now. Because Deku currently is like preparing his arsenal, he's gonna go against the war, against the Metal Liberation Army in their city. And he even like sent a raven, a message to Redestro. I am gonna take care of your little group all by myself. Name the battlefield of your choosing. It is against your ideology of freedom, against my ideology of control. All criminals and all criminal activity will be put to close, and I will shut them down permanently. And I will bring order and justice to this earth. And Redestro is like, And he says, and he looks at the raven and he says, boy, you don't know what are you dealing with and who are you dealing with. And the raven sees that, and inside of the raven there is like one Sharingan. Yeah, the Itachi jutsu that Itachi performs, like with the Shishui's eye. Deku is not gonna do that, but it's a pretty open, like pretty cool raven jutsu. And after seeing that like eyes in the ravens, Redestro is like terrified, because he is put in a genjutsu where he like literally Deku has a conversation with him through a crow's like genjutsu, through like a crow genjutsu, and one of the crow's eyes has like a Sharingan inside of it. So our boy is not like pulling any punches. So says that, and Redestro says a typical date, like next 2 months later we're going against war. And Deku is like, fine, we shall meet. I declare war against you, Redestro, and against the Metal Liberation Army, and against your ideology. Like it's like the declaration of the fourth Great Ninja War, but instead of like Toby, Deku just did it with a genjutsu, and Redestro just regains his consciousness, and he tries to like grab a hold of the crow in order to study it. The crow just vanishes. It communes itself, and the crow comes to Deku, and Deku is bleeding on his right eye because his right eye is like diminishing, and he takes the eye from the crow, puts the eye back on his right socket, and then he uses healing jutsu, like the medical ninjutsu, and he gets back the eyes, and he's like bleeding, and he's like completely, his vision on his right eye is like becoming completely blurry unless he activates his Mangekyo Sharingan. Our boy Deku is not looking good. This might become his last battle. So that certain day comes, and in the city Z, yes, I'm gonna do that, in the city Z or in the city Z, and the whole Metal Liberation Army comes, and they're like preparing for war, and they have like all the quirks and everything. It's like the My Villain Academia arc, but only like 100 times more. There's like all the villains, all the like thugs and street thugs, they're all like present. They're all like recruited by the Metal Liberation Army, all recruited by like League of Villains, even the League of Villains like strays and thugs, they're like recruited by Redestro, and like on top of a tower, on a ginormous tower, Redestro is saying that this is our utopia. This is the beginning of our utopia. This is where we're gonna go to war against the world for the liberation of all meta-humans and all coke user. No more hiding our power. No more hiding our abilities. We are gonna use our abilities to our best ability, and we are gonna be free. And I declare war against the world and against the pro-hero society, because we will achieve our goal and we will be free. And after hearing that speech, all the thugs, they're like, yeah, Redestro, the leader. And Redestro says this: I will walk beside you. You will walk beside me. Hand in hand, shoulder to shoulder. We will topple the hierarchy. We will topple the people in charge, and we will get our freedom. Man, my voice is gonna be cracked after this. After this, everybody is like, whoa. And like, they're about to march against the world. Deku just comes, like Deku uses like, he literally uses his like kami, and he appears, and he's like, as if it's looking like he's floating. He's using his like rock, like earth style floating mountain fortress, and it looks like literally there's like a ginormous like mountain range which is floating in the sky. And Deku tells like, all you thugs and all you villains, be prepared. If you stand beside Redestro, you will all be killed. Feel my pain, feel my agony. No more evil in this world. Everybody will be under the justice. No more killing, no more agony, no more pain. feel my rage. I am giving you one chance to walk away and one chance to live your life with honor under the thumb of justice. Or if you don't do that, this will be your end permanently. And everybody sees that. After Deku saying that, he like literally jumps and he uses like Earth style meteoric crash, and he literally uses his palm like a double-sided like palm push against the rock, against the big like rock like floating mountain range out top of the sky, and the floating mountain range just like comes down from the heavens as if it was like the meteor jutsu that Madara did, pulling like meteors from the sky, but little bit smaller scale. It took down like a shit ton of people. Readers too, and there are like other people. The villain with the snow, with the ice cock, is like, oh, he's trying to like block it with his eyes, but come on, man. Still, he's able to block it a little bit, but it still takes care of like significant people. And Deku is like, there are some people. So Deku just goes down, he drops down, and he uses taijutsu. He activates the Mangekyo Sharingan, and he uses his taijutsu and his Uchiha gear like Madara Uchiha did with the allied shinobi force, like anticipating people, like fighting them, like putting explosive tags on them, like killing them with the katana, kunai, shuriken, bomb, everything else. He just takes a leap, he just jumps backward, and he throws like 10 shurikens, demon wind shurikens. Then he activates like a hand sign and it's like shuriken shadow clone jutsu, demon wing barrage, and there's like thousands of demon wing shuriken coming down, and it's like hacking and slicing other people. There's like one villain with a magnetism cork who is trying to like throw the shuriken back at him, and the shuriken pops up because they're shadow clone shuriken, and it's like okay, I can do that. And Deku while he does that, Deku activates the Susanoo ribs. And it's like, no more nice guy. So all the major like villains, like the people with like the duplication code, Dabi, they have like who's like continuously making, and like Toga, they're like coming down and they're like trying to attack him, and Deku is like, no more Mr. Nice Guy. And he activates his perfect Susanoo for the first time. After activating his perfect Susanoo, everybody's like, shit, okay, this is the thing that got rid of like 041, but it's only even bigger. Like the Susanoo with the wings and everything, and it's like a blackish, purplish. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a black Susanoo. I mean, come on, why the fuck not? Okay, a black Susanoo which has like Kamui shurikens on the side. He throws like shurikens on the battlefield, big Susanoo level, big shurikens, which like Kamui's like literally sucks up like thousands upon not thousands, like hundreds upon hundreds people, like a black hole. It's like a miniature black hole which sucks up like 100 people. They're gone. Then it's like particle jutsu. It's like the particle style jutsu on a massive scale. Yeah, like with shuriken, with Kamui. Yeah, they're not coming back. They're dead. Okay. Reader Store is like stressed, and Reader Store is trying to like punch, and Reader Store is like becomes like so stressed that he becomes kind of huge, kind of muscly, he's like all like covered up in stress, and he's like using like he's chucking up like giant mountains and giant everything, and Deku is like, do you think that will do anything against me? And Deku then activates, like Deku is like using his like Sharingan again. Then he says, burn to flame. Amaterasu, flame control. And as he says that, he brings out a katana hilt, and literally the katana, like when he brings out the katana hilt, the katana is made of like black Amaterasu flame, which was covering his Susanoo, because that's why his Susanoo was like black with purple. His real Susanoo's color is like purple, like the Sasuke's one, but like an even deeper shade of purple. But the black, like literally that Susanoo armor becomes like a ginormous katana, like a thick, big, thick katana. Yeah, it's not just a katana. It becomes an odachi, giant Susanoo size odachi. It's even bigger than what Deku, like it's even bigger to his proportionate size to his Susanoo. And he uses the Susanoo and he literally slashes. He uses like a slash, ginormous slash. Everybody gets burned. Like even Redresto is like hacking the limbs of several thousands of people. They're like burning in hell. And he activates another jutsu. And while he was doing that, and he activates another jutsu, and he's like literally summoning lightning, like lightning style, Indira's arrow. And he jolts up a ginormous lightning from his fingertips to the heavens. There's like a humongous thundercloud. The thundercloud is like coming down. There's like several lightning strike, which is like striking his Susanoo. Like 7 or 8 lightning strikes striking his Susanoo, and he absorbs and controls and bends the lightning. And he creates like a lightning mace made of lightning. Which like every time he strikes the mace, and he creates like ginormous like thunder strike and lightning strike happening in the like street, in the area, and everybody's like literally like dying because of like electric strike. And after the electric strike, it's like continuous getting burned by the Susanoo's not the Susanoo's flame, sorry, I meant like Amaterasu's flame. It's like a deadliest combo ever, like flame, like lightning strike, after that Amaterasu flame. Literally there's like more than like 500,000 people dead, and there's like all it remains is like Redistro, and he's like literally like decapitated Redistro. He doesn't decapitate his like head yet. He's like literally like slashed in half. One of his like leg is cut off, and one of his like hand is cut off, and he's like holding at him, and he's like looking at Redresto with his eyes. And out of nowhere, all the heroes come, and Endeavor, and even like Night Eye is saying, Midoriya, stop it, no more, you don't have to do it anymore, don't do it. And Deku is like, why shouldn't I? He creates so much pain, so much suffering, so much bad things in this world. He wanted to ruin the world. He wanted to create chaos and war. I stopped it single-handedly. Why shouldn't I do it again? Tell me that. And All for One is, and after that, Night Eyes is like, because your eyes are sensei, because Shoto Aizawa, your sensei, Eraserhead, would not have done that, what you did. He lost someone in his life too, yet he chose to follow the path of righteousness. In the pursuit of justice, you became what he despised the most. You became a tyrant boy. You don't have to do it anymore. You have proven, you have shown, you have done what you needed to do. You have done the unthinkable and defeated everyone. But it's time for you to rest. We will carry your burdens. But we have to do it in the way it's done, in the proper way, and that is through peace and symbol of through the symbol of peace and through the symbol of order. Peace has done nothing to it. This earth needs order. Peace can never be achieved unless when there is evildoers roaming around in the street everywhere. I will put a stop to this, and I will bring back true peace. The true peace can never be established until there is order, absolute order. As he says that all might comes. Midoriya, you have to stop. I know your sensei better than everybody. And present might comes. Yeah, kid, you have to stop too. He and I, we were gonna make an agency, but we lost our friends. We lost our friend when we were a student like you. I love the fact that you admire him. And do you want to open an agency with me? Because I always wanted to open an agency with your Aizawa sensei. Deku says that, and Deku looks at them, and Deku cries, and the tear becomes blood. And Deku is like, I can't see anymore. I can't see any of with both of my eyes. I have become blind. I did what I thought was necessary. At the end, tell me, did it matter? Did I impacted the world? Did I vanquish evil from this earth? As he says that, the Redestro is like trying to attack him, and like Redestro is like restrained by All Might and other pro heroes, and Deku falls down, losing blood. Both of his eyes becomes gray and black, and he becomes permanently blind, and he is so exhausted, and he can't move, and he's put in a jail cell after that. And there is like ceiling, there is like his eyes are completely gone, and he can't use his eyes anymore. And he wakes up, and all of his like friends like Bakugo, Shota is not Shota, I mean like Todoroki, Momo, Yasui, Uraraka, even Ida, they comes and they say, welcome back, Midoriya. We're gonna graduate together. Let's graduate together. And Deku can't see them, just listen to them, and is like, yeah, we're gonna graduate together, guys. And he cries. The end. Part 5 of What If Deku Had the Sharingan? The series finale. Before I go, this is your host and host Kranti once again saying this. If you want to check out my other what ifs or other videos, please feel free to do them, and share and subscribe, please, if you like them, and give me comments and give me some tips on where I need to be improving, or give me some ideas on what you guys wanna like what if you guys want me to make. And I also make music for fun. You can check them out. Yeah, I'm gonna start like a proper vocal booth. I'm gonna get a proper vocal booth so that I can record without any noise, and I'm gonna do some vocal covers also. I'm gonna try to make some anime theme song covers. If you guys wanna hear that, like I can play a little bit of piano. Yeah, some anime theme song like covers too, instrumentals too. Yeah, and this is your host and those Kranti saying ta-ta, bye-bye, signing off. And remember this, always share and subscribe to my videos and my channel. Bye-bye, signing off.